I just wanted to give a little message for anyone that comes across this video that might be feeling uncertain or unsure, feelings of doubt. I want you to know something first, and that is nothing is wrong with you. And I say that to say these feelings are so normal, so normal. Everyone feels this way at one point, and if you think about anyone that you look up to in any way, they have definitely felt all these feelings of uncertainty, doubt, feeling lost, questioning. Totally normal. Feeling unsure does not mean that you've failed. It doesn't mean you've missed your moment. It doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It doesn't mean that you're in the wrong place. If you're feeling unsure or uncertain or doubt, it doesn't indicate any failure of any kind. It usually just means that you're in between. And it's funny because when I think about in between, I think about so many people, including myself. I'm just fascinated with liminal spaces. I'm sure you guys know what that is. If not, I'll put a picture right here. But I looked up the definition of liminal one day, and it has to do with like a transitionary phase. And that's what this reminded me of, like the in-between. But it really made me think about how a lot of the times I don't think we realize that uncertainty is not an absence of direction. It's really the space where things are forming. And when you think about it that way, it just makes sense. It's a necessary part of any process, things forming. And so there has to be times of uncertainty, and it's not a bad thing. And it's not an indication of, like I said, any failure. These times, these feelings, they're necessary. Often they are the feelings at times that shape us and benefit us so much. And I really wanted to say this, like specifically, you don't need to have everything figured out to be on the right path. I just have to say that again. You do not need to have everything figured out to be on the right path. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need external validation, like all these things that we feel like we need in order to check that box off of, oh, yep, I'm on the right path. It's just, and you can be uncertain and you're still on the right path. If you feel behind, try to remember growth rarely feels or looks impressive when it's happening. I just really have to reiterate that again. Growth rarely feels or looks impressive when it's happening. So I hope that is comforting, because most of the time growth feels quiet, growth feels confusing, growth feels unremarkable, growth feels boring while it's happening. And then the crazy thing is, one day you look back and you realize you are becoming this new version of yourself all along. And it's just like, what? How? But it all makes sense. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have it all figured out. If today feels uncertain, if things feel uncertain, let it be uncertain. It's not a bad thing. It is truly just part of the process, and it's a very positive thing. And you don't need to feel pressured, or you don't need to force like clarity or rush these understandings. It all happens with time. And just remember and trust that this version of you that is showing up however you can is more than enough and just worthy and amazing. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching.